Have you ever jumped up and down? Of course you have. And what happened after you jumped? You landed back on the ground, right? That's gravity at work. It's an invisible force that pulls everything towards everything else. Cool, huh? Gravity is super important. Without it, we'd all be floating around like astronauts in space. It's what keeps our feet on the ground, our planet in orbit, and even the entire universe from flying apart. Let's explore this awesome force together and see just how powerful it really is. Imagine you have a giant magnet. This magnet is incredibly powerful, capable of attracting objects from a significant distance. Now picture a bunch of tiny metal marbles scattered around it. These marbles represent smaller objects in the universe. The magnet pulls the marbles towards it, right? This is a simple way to visualize how gravity works on a basic level. Gravity is kind of like that, but instead of magnets and marbles, it's everything in the universe. Every object, no matter how big or small, exerts a gravitational pull on every other object. Everything, from you and me to planets and stars, has gravity. This force is what keeps us grounded on Earth and what keeps the planets in orbit around the Sun. And the bigger something is, the stronger its gravity. For instance, the Sun, being the largest object in our solar system, has a gravitational pull strong enough to keep all the planets, including Earth, in their respective orbits. That's why we stick to the Earth instead of floating away. The Earth is much, much bigger than us, so its gravity is much stronger. This gravitational force is what gives us weight and keeps us firmly planted on the ground. But here's the really cool part. Even though we can't see it, gravity is always there, working its magic behind the scenes. It's an invisible force that affects everything around us, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. It's like an invisible glue that holds everything together. Without gravity, the universe as we know it wouldn't exist. Planets, stars, and galaxies would drift apart, and life on Earth would be impossible. So the next time you drop something or feel your feet firmly on the ground, remember that it's all thanks to gravity, the unseen force that keeps our world in order. Ready for some fun? Today we're going to explore a fascinating concept in physics: gravity. It's something we experience every day but rarely stop to think about. Let's dive in and see how it works on a small scale with a simple experiment. Let's do a quick experiment. For this, you'll need a flat surface and a few marbles. If you don't have marbles, you can use any small, round objects like beads or even small balls. The key is that they should be able to roll smoothly. Make sure your surface is as flat as possible. This will help the marbles roll without any interference. Place a few marbles on the surface, spaced out evenly. Notice how they stay still unless you apply some force. Now gently roll one marble across the surface. Observe its motion carefully. It should move in a straight line if the surface is flat and smooth. This is because there are no other forces acting on it, except for a little bit of friction. What happens? It moves in a straight line, right? This is a demonstration of Newton's first law of motion, which states that an object in motion will stay in motion in a straight line unless acted upon by an external force. Now, try rolling one marble towards another marble that's sitting still. What do you think will happen when they get close to each other? Will they collide? Or will something else occur? Watch closely. The moving marble will be pulled towards the stationary one, even if they don't touch directly. That's gravity. Even though the marbles are small, they still have mass, and mass creates gravitational pull. This happens because each marble has its own gravity, and they're pulling towards each other. The force is very weak because the marbles are small, but it's there. This is the same force that keeps the planets in orbit around the Sun. The Earth's gravity is still the strongest force here, which is why the marbles stay on the ground, but you can see the marbles' gravity affecting each other too. This simple experiment shows how gravity works on a small scale, but the principles are the same for much larger objects in space. Isn't that amazing? Think about the last time you dropped a shirt on the floor. It fell straight down, right? That's gravity, pulling the shirt towards the center of the Earth. And guess what? Gravity is pulling on you too, keeping you firmly planted on the ground. But gravity does more than just keep things from floating away. It's also what gives objects their weight. Weight is simply how strongly gravity is pulling on something. So if you were on the moon, which has weaker gravity than Earth, you would weigh less. Section 5. Beyond clothes and marbles, gravity in action. Gravity is everywhere and affects everything around us. It keeps the oceans in their basins, dictates the path of a thrown baseball, and even influences the shape of galaxies billions of light years away. Ever wondered why rivers flow downhill? Gravity again. It pulls the water downwards, creating the currents and waterfalls we see in nature. Section 6. Gravity, the ultimate matchmaker. Gravity isn't just about pulling things down, it also brings things together. Remember those marbles we talked about? Now imagine billions upon billions of those marbles, all clumping together because of their own gravity. That's how planets and stars are formed. Over millions of years, these giant clumps of dust and gas are pulled together by gravity, eventually becoming massive objects like our Sun and Earth. So, you can thank gravity for literally shaping the universe as we know it. Section 7. No gravity, big problems. Let's face it, a world without gravity would be pretty chaotic. Things would float away, we couldn't play any sports, and even eating would be a messy adventure. But beyond these inconveniences, gravity is essential for life itself. Gravity keeps our atmosphere in place, providing us with the air we breathe. It also helps regulate the Earth's temperature, making it just right for life to flourish. Without gravity, our planet would be a very different and much less hospitable place. Section 8. Gravity, a force to be reckoned with. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, gravity is the invisible hand that shapes the cosmos. It's a force that binds us all together, creating a delicate balance that allows the universe to function as it does. Gravity plays a crucial role in shaping our universe. It's the reason why planets orbit stars, why galaxies form and collide, and why the universe itself has structure. Without gravity, the cosmos would be a chaotic place, with no order or predictability. It's a fundamental force that governs the motion of celestial objects, dictating the paths they take and the interactions they have. From the graceful dance of planets around their stars to the majestic spirals of galaxies, gravity is the choreographer of the universe. On Earth, gravity dictates the flow of rivers, guiding water from the mountains to the seas. It shapes the landscape, carving valleys and forming mountains. The force of gravity is what makes rivers flow, waterfalls cascade, and oceans stay in their basins, and even keeps our feet firmly planted on the ground. It's the reason we can walk, run, and jump. Without gravity, we would float aimlessly, unable to perform even the simplest of tasks. While we may not always think about it, gravity is a constant presence in our lives. It's there when we wake up in the morning, when we go about our daily routines, and when we lay down to sleep at night. Gravity is constantly at work, influencing every aspect of our lives. It's the force that keeps us grounded, both literally and metaphorically. It's a reminder of the unseen forces that shape our world and our existence. Influencing every aspect of our lives, gravity is a silent partner in everything we do. From the way we move to the way we build our cities, gravity's influence is ever present. It's a force that we often take for granted, but one that is essential to our way of life. It's a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of everything in the cosmos. Gravity links the smallest particles to the largest structures, creating a web of connections that spans the universe. It's a force that unites us all, from the stars in the sky to the ground beneath our feet, and the elegant laws that govern our universe. Gravity is a testament to the beauty and complexity of the cosmos, a force that shapes everything we see and everything we are. It's a force to be reckoned with, a fundamental part of the fabric of reality. Section 9. Keep exploring the wonders of gravity. So the next time you see a falling leaf, a flowing river, or even just your clothes resting in the laundry basket, take a moment to appreciate the invisible force of gravity at work. It's a fundamental force that shapes our world and the vast universe beyond. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop being amazed by the wonders of the cosmos.